A veteran State Patrol sergeant has turned in his gun and badge after he was disciplined for citing a truck driver in a crash that was actually caused by a rookie trooper.
The King 5 investigators exposed this case a year ago, and tonight, Chris Ingalls has the results from the State Patrol's own internal investigation.
I would have to say I've got probably about 1 million miles driving on I-5.
Trips down Interstate 5 are not the same for Shawn Foutch, a longtime trucker. He now gets anxious when he sees the State Patrol.
I'm a lot more cautious now than I was before. More nervous about if they're after me.
His fear is not unfounded. At State Patrol headquarters, a year-long internal investigation determined a State Patrol sergeant pinned this crash
You okay, buddy? Yeah.
that injured a rookie trooper on an innocent driver, Foutch.
Is it fair to say the sergeant framed that truck driver?
I think the phrase framed is a pretty weighted phrase, and so I'm going to stay away from that. I will say that the sergeant pushed a false narrative.
But he did set the trucker up for a negligent driving citation.
I absolutely agree.
Foutch drove his big rig on northbound I-5 in August of 2022. Suddenly, a State Patrol cruiser veered from the road shoulder over several lanes and into Foutch's path. Even with telltale evidence from dash cameras, Sergeant T.J. Johnson pushed prosecutors to pursue a negligent driving violation, a charge that threatened Foutch's commercial driver's license.
They knew they were in the wrong, and they were just trying to cover themselves.
Foutch's defense lawyer found even more evidence of a cover-up.
Just for the record, this is kind of unusual, but I'm definitely on your client's side for this case. I don't think an infraction should have been written.
That's the State Patrol's own crash expert who blamed the young trooper for the wreck.
The sergeant went ahead, though, and proceeded with the infraction. That was a false allegation.
What it appears to me is that they all circled the wagons around him and are trying to insulate him from any possible backlash.
The just completed internal investigation found Sergeant T.J. Johnson committed ethical violations, misconduct, and, after King 5's story triggered the internal investigation, insubordination.
The sergeant was saying things about his command staff and the command of the Washington State Patrol and acting in a way that was not following the authority that he's sworn to. One thing we learned is that King 5 was dead on with their reporting a year ago. Everything you reported was accurate.
Johnson and the State Patrol Troopers Association did not respond to our request for a comment, but in the face of discipline,
in this case would have been demotion back to a trooper.
The 30-year veteran retired with full benefits.
I think they should have fired him, taken his pension.
I can only say that the final outcome is the same. The person responsible for this is no longer a part of this organization.
It isn't just the sergeant. Internal investigators here at State Patrol headquarters also found the sergeant's lieutenant is partly to blame.
The report says an unnamed lieutenant failed to take appropriate action in the case. He ordered Johnson to drop the charge, but didn't follow through. The lieutenant earned a reprimand. And the young trooper in the accident, Phirawat Apisit, was punished for inappropriate vehicle operation and given 10 hours of driver retraining. Perhaps most important, the patrol says it's using this case to remind troopers new and old.
We were wrong, and we're sorry.
That their oath to serve is more than just words. In Olympia, Chris Ingalls, King 5 News.